is catcher Travis Scott. And then Chris Wallace will DH and hit 5th. Johan Lamonte in left field hits 6th. Patrick Palmeiro at third base. Renny Osuna at second. And Amadeo Zazueta at short. Again, it's Russo, Almonte, Young, Scott, Wallace, Lamonte, Palmeiro, Osuna, and Zazueta for the Skeeters. For the Revs tonight, Mikey Reynolds leads off at second. Wilson Valdez, the shortstop, hits second. Eric Patterson in right field will bat third. Brandon Boggs is cleaning up tonight in center field. He'll be followed by Brian Pounds at third base. He'll hit 5th. Nick Ferdinand in left field will bat 6th. Jacob Calderon does the DHing and hits 7th. Andres Perez at first base will bat 8th. And Luis de la Cruz will catch this one and bat 9th. Again, it's Reynolds, Valdez, Patterson, Boggs, Pounds, Ferdinand, Calderon, Perez, and De La Cruz for the Revs. Logan Williamson against Tim Stauffer on the mound. And as the Revs take the field tonight, we will take our final pregame break. And the first pitch for game number 75 of the 2015 season is coming up next.
All right, let's try this one. Wherever you are, WOYK is... That blows. How about, wherever you are, WOYK is watching. Oh, no, that's creepy. Let's try this. Take Sports Radio 1350 on the go with the new WOYK mobile apps. Available for download today. Bingo. The new Sports Radio 1350. Available anywhere via the WOYK mobile apps. First in York, first in sports.
Runners know the challenge. It's not the uncompromising weather. It's not the pounding repetition. It's not knowing how to dig deep as you start the climb of that last hill. For runners, the challenge is the discipline to keep running. Flying feet. Casual runners, amateur runners, hardcore runners, no matter what level runner you are, Flying Feet Sports Shoes is with you every step of the way. Over the years, Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear and properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. For those searching for that discipline, Flying Feet provides the latest shoe innovations, the accessory equipment, and the inspiration to keep on running. Greg Baum and his staff have the knowledge and the true understanding of what running is all about. As one local runner put it, Flying Feet's family, and all runners are welcome. Flying Feet. Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83 next to Battery Warehouse.
Looking for a break from the same old company outing this year? Well, look no further than the York Revolution in Santander Stadium. An event with the York Revolution is 0% more expensive than your typical room rental at a traditional venue, but it's 100% more fun. Whether it's an employee appreciation picnic or a company meeting, the staff at the York Revolution will create an experience like no other, with the same cost as a boring meeting. To find out more, give Kaylee Swanson a call at 801-4498. That's 801-4498.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Revs host the Skeeters tonight as Logan Williamson goes into his warm-ups, and he has been terrific, and certainly so against this opponent. And meanwhile, the Revs have been far less than stellar against this opponent, but Williamson has been a bright spot. We'll get to those numbers. Overall, though, he comes in 3-5 with a .330 ERA in 13 appearances. 12 of those have been starts. 71 innings, 66 hits, 23 walks, 41 strikeouts. Opponents have hit just 250. And against the Skeeters, the last two starts that he's made against them. Early June at home, he lost 1-0, going 8 innings. And then he avenged that on June 29, going 8 scoreless innings in a 1-0 win. And overall, against Sugar Land this season, just 2 earned runs given up in 19 2/3 innings, 1-1 in his 3 starts against the Skeeters. So, Ray, if they are to snap the losing streak tonight, Certainly Logan Williamson has been a reliable arm to turn to.
Absolutely. He's got a sub-2 ERA against the Skeeters and 3 games against the Skeeters, all 3 starts. 1.37 ERA, 1-1 record, and 19 2/3 innings pitched against Sugar Land. He's one of the teams that he's had success against. He's had success against a lot of teams in this league, Daryl, and it's going to be fun to watch him pitch tonight.
Listening to some classical music to get him pumped up as we get set to go. Revs in the Children's Miracle Network jerseys with the balloon on the back, the York script logo across the front, a la the road jerseys. Some blue and red accenting on the sides. And a nice look, little red splashed in. Sugarland in the alternate black jerseys with those hideous charcoal pants. And our Dasher Investment Services first pitch is in for a strike on Kevin Russo, leading things off. Underway tonight. Williamson the wind and the pitch. And a swing and a liner yanked foul off a seat on the third base side of the stands. 89 degrees at game time tonight. Mostly sunny. Russo hitting at 271. Against York, he's hit 348. It's the wind from Williamson, the 0-2. And he slaps it on the ground at second. Mikey backhands. He's there tonight. He fires to first and gets him. Mikey Reynolds sticks the backhand play on that ground ball and had a chance to meet his grandparents who are here tonight, and they get to see Mikey make the first play of the game. He has started at DH, second, and short, and now back at second again since returning. Here's Denny Almonte as Williamson yanks one down and away. And again, Almonte is no longer a switch hitter, batting left against the lefty. And he swings and foul tips one back into the net. He had determined that this is his stronger side of the plate. So he's now doing this against everyone. The 1-1. And that misses down low. He's hitting at 203 overall. 5 home runs, 17 runs driven in. The pitch. And he lines it the other way. A base hit to left. So Almonte, a 1-out runner. Came in hitting just 153 against lefties. One of the reasons that he's now batting from his stronger side of the plate all the time. It'll bring up Delwyn Young. He has slowly pushed his average higher, and last night helped. First offering, a fastball for a strike on the outer black. Young on base 4 out of 5 times. The only time that he didn't reach officially, he still got on an error in last night's game. He was 2 for 3 and scored 2 runs as Williamson checks over on Almonte. He does have 14 steals. But the Skeeters have not attempted a stolen base in the second half with Willie Tavares on the DL. As Williamson misses high and away. 1-1 the count. Now Young asks for time and backs out. Our plate ump tonight is Derek Moshe, Nate Caldwell at first, and the Chief, Matt Beaver at third. 1-1, and it misses outside. Logan Williamson, his last start, and he is back on short rest, but he opened the second half with 7 scoreless on Friday against Lancaster. The Revs would win it 2-1, and no decision. Runner goes, and the pitch is chopped to short. Valdez waits for the hop and snaps it across to first to get him. Almonte does move to second, and they stay out of the double play, or at least the lead out. Valdez gloving it and nonchalantly just tossing it across. few are more fun to watch play the infield. Now with 2 away, here is Travis Scott, who's 1 RBI away from tying Sugarland's career franchise record. First pitch is just off away as Williamson tries to prevent him from doing that here. Scott with 130 runs driven in after an RBI ground out last night. Dominic Ramos had 131 with Sugarland. Pitch. And he lines it right side, a base hit. And charging on it is Patterson. They're going to try to score. Throw home is late, and he ties the record. RBI single to right, and the Skeeters with a first inning run tonight. And Mikey Reynolds dove full stretch to his left, but it was just beyond the tip of his glove. Travis Scott, the RBI single, 21st RBI this year. And with a pair of singles in the inning, the Skeeters lead early. Also a big decision in sending Almonte, who was able to avoid that lead out at second base on Young's grounder. They moved him up on a hit and run or run and hit, and then Scott brings him in. Here's Chris Wallace, who twists away of a high fastball. The Revs now have seen the opponent score first for the 50th time in 75 games this year. 1-0. And a swing and a miss. Last night, Chris Wallace with a home run and 4 RBIs. He now has 6 of his 9 home runs against York and 18 driven in against the Revs in 15 games. Tied for 3rd in the league with 9 home runs total. Pitch, and it's down and in. De La Cruz has it ricochet back to the backstop. Scott took a step and stopped, thought that De La Cruz had blocked it, and his teammates hollering for him to move up. And he does. It's a wild pitch. He may have also thought that initially they were hollering at him to not go. I don't know if he didn't see it or didn't hear it, but regardless, he does advance. And now the 2-1 to Wallace, and it misses down and in. Overall, he's hitting at 270. Not only in the top 3 in home runs, but he ranks 5th in the league in doubles with 16. 9 extra base hits in his last 12 games. He's been hot. 3-1. Swinging a foul tip. It is squeezed. And it's a full count. Williamson goes right at him. They try to go in there, and Wallace, a couple of the home runs that he's hit here in York have been to the opposite field. Maybe likes to get the arms extended. 3-2, and a called third strike. Williamson locks him up, a fastball at 90 that tailed back over the corner. And that'll end the top of the first, but the Skeeters do draw first blood tonight with a run on 2 hits, 1 runner left. At the end of a half inning, it's the Skeeters 1 and the Revs coming up.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, president of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879, or my mobile is 487-2096, or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
An invasive pest that's already killed millions of ash trees is bearing down on our communities. The emerald ash borer, or EAB, means certain death for every ash tree it infects. The good news is that you can protect your property's ash trees with help from Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our EAB prevention methods are effective, environmentally safe, and less costly than removing your dead tree, which is the only alternative to prevention. Learn more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Listen up, people.
This is The Rich Eisen Show.
He's a professional.
Give a listen to how Phil Jackson described why this pick came down.
We understand that, it might take a year, but he's willing to work.
Obviously that fully admitting that it's going to be at least a year till he does anything, and this is for a team that had its worst year, what's the word, ever, right?
The Rich Eisen Show.
Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Skeeters with a first inning run. Revs come to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. And facing right-hander Tim Stauffer, who was in the big leagues earlier this year. Sugarland announcing a couple of signings today, both who were in the big leagues this season, Stauffer and Alan Dykstra, who is not active for tonight's game. But Long Island recently signing reliever Donnie Veal, who had been in the majors this season as well. So 3 players will end up in the league that had started their year in the show. And Stauffer to make his Atlantic League debut as Mikey Reynolds leads off and takes a first pitch strike. Mikey hitting at .344. He's hit safely in 20 of the last 22. Here's the 0-1. And it's down and away. Appeal to first, and he did not go. Now that the Revs are on offense and the hitters' backs are to us, we can see the yellow balloon for Children's Miracle Network on the back of these jerseys as Stauffer misses high. 33-year-old righty. 6'1". He was in the majors earlier this year with the Twins. 15 innings in relief. 2-1. And it cuts over the plate. Well, according to Derek Moshe, and Mikey, in the Revs' first at-bat of the night, has something to say to him. Stauffer doesn't need that. Doesn't need any additional help like that. Now Reynolds asks for time. Stauffer pats his chest as if to say, my bad, looking in at Wallace as they work together for the first time. 2-2, and it's beaten right in front of the plate. Wallace steps out to pick it up and throws to first for the out. Mikey hit that ball about 5 feet, but he was on a dead sprint, hustling down the line to first. Gotta love the way he plays, but he won't be happy with that at bat, especially with the second strike that was called on him, and then that forced his hand to swing on that last pitch. Here's Wilson Valdez, who's hitting at .246. Had the night off last night. First offering is down and away. Valdez had been hitting 9th, but he's back into the 2 spot tonight. First time that he's hit second since June the 19th. Pitch, and he lines it the other way in right, but right at Kevin Russo. Hits it hard, but right at him for out number 2. 2 quick outs for Stauffer, who in the majors earlier this year was released by the Twins on June 6th. 15 innings, 24 hits, 13 runs, 11 were earned. Had 7 walks, 6 strikeouts in the big leagues this year. Had a 1-0 record. Here's Eric Patterson. He swings and skies one way up toward the line in right. Russo giving it a look in the corner, and it lands up in the Mezzogiorno Picnic Pavilion. Oh, just a first pitch strike. Got just up onto the shelf down there and by the side picnic table that overlooks the Revs bullpen. That is a great place to hang out. Stauffer's ERA in the big leagues this year was .660. As Patterson swings and corks one toward the corner, but foul again. And it's 0-2. That one was hit hard as he leveled it out, but still a tad early on it. Lined it into the corner in right. Talvin Nash is coaching at first. He's got that left forearm all sleeved up and protected. It's the 0-2. And it misses inside, a fastball. Patterson doesn't budge. Fastball at 88. Last appearance for Stauffer was June 6th against the Brewers. He comes home and misses away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. His win this year, April 25th against Seattle, 2 innings, 1 run. A wind and the 2-2. And a swing and a loop the other way and left, and it'll hang up for Lamonte, who was drifting in and squeezes it. Patterson with somewhat of a line drive, a little floater. But it's a 1-2-3 inning for Stauffer, despite a couple of hard-hit balls in the Revs' first at-bats. We go to the second, it's 1-0 Sugarland.
Broadway transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They toted my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man.
I know they helped me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA-approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
WellSpan has helped many professional, student, and recreational athletes stay at the top of their game. And they can do the same for you. With a full spectrum of care, including sports nutrition, concussion management, orthopedic surgery, and physical therapy, our winning team can help you prevent an injury or treat one. For immediate care, call 1-877-482-5420 or visit wellspan.org/sportsmedicine.
For local sports on your smartphone, search WOIK at the App Store.
Top of the second, Skeeters with a 1-0 head start on things tonight. Johan Lamonte to get things started here in inning number 2. And Williamson's first pitch is swung on and popped foul, out of play, off to the third base side. Lamonte last night 1 for 4 with an infield hit, now 9 for 19 against York. The 0-1 shows a bunt, takes a strike. It's hitting at 238 overall, 295 though with Sugarland. Williamson the 0-2, and he misses down in the dirt. Well, if you believe that hitting is contagious, it's the wind and the 1-2, and he swings and pokes it the other way, third base side. Lamonte, and we've made a big deal out of this stat. It's proven very critical to the Revs season to this point. Runners in scoring position. With Sugarland, he has hit 400. Pitch to him is bounced foul over by the York dugout. Talvin Nash ran away like it was hit 100 miles an hour, but protect that arm, big fella. Williamson kicks and deals, and a swing and a miss. Down low on a slider, De La Cruz trapped it and applies the tag. With the Revs, with runners in scoring possession, Lamonta was hitting 154. So, some evidence of that old adage of hitting being contagious. Some additional evidence there. Here's Patrick Palmeiro, who chops one toward the middle, and it'll sneak through. Seeing eye hit as Palmeiro bounced it in front of the plate, up over Williamson, and it skipped right past second and into center. And a one-out base runner, the Skeeters with their third single off Williamson early on. Here's the K-man, Rennie Osuna. First pitch is down low, just acquired from Southern Maryland when the two teams were playing each other to begin the second half. Sugar Land traded for Osuna for a player to be named later. 1-0, and it's a called strike on the outer edge. Osuna overall at 242. With Sugar Land, he's 4 for 12 in 3 games. The 1-1, and that's in the dirt. De La Cruz in front of it to block. And now a 2-1 count. And a move to first, and had Palmeiro leaning a bit. Williamson with that lean move. Starts to lean toward first, and the runner maybe can't see that from where he is. The 2-1, and it's swung on and fouled off first base side.
Really, Daryl? Mountain Dew, ladies and gentlemen, before you conjecture.
Another throw over to first.
You did not do that subtly. You literally pulled that next to your mouthpiece on the headset and just cracked it open.
The change up high and away. It's 3-2.
Then you tapped the soda can, which I may remind you does nothing.
It's not what I've heard.
Nope. Don't do nothing. It's been proven.
It's the payoff pitch. Swung on, grounded off the mound. Backhanded by Mikey, who flips to second, and they get the lead out. He bounced the flip to Valdez, who was there, and hauled it in just before Palmeiro's foot could reach on the slide. Mikey backhanded it, and it was a glove hand flip. Just a desperate measure trying to feed his shortstop, and it worked. As he tossed it out of the glove, and it actually bounced, but it made it to Valdez. They're 2 away, and Osuna is on the fielder's choice. Tremendous play that was. Here's Amadeo Zazueta, who looks at strike one. Zazueta hitting at 254 with a home run. 17 runs batted in. Well, the 0-1. And a swing at a ground ball to short. Valdez a step or two to his right to get in front, and he'll toss to Mikey this time as those two team up on another force out at second. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. A scoreless second for Williamson. Middle of inning number 2. It's a 1-0 Skeeters lead.
Hey, Santa! What's with the beach towel?
Well, summer's here, boys. Time to hit the beach. What can I do for you fellas?
Everybody's ready in the workshop.
Ready?
For the office party. Remember? We were so busy in December, you said we would celebrate Christmas in July. You didn't forget, did you?
Oh, no. I just, tell you what, fellas. You start the party. I'll be right back.
Where you going?
Oh, just need to pick up a little holiday cheer.
Get an early jump on your Christmas gift list during Christmas in July at all Maple Donuts. Maple Donut gift cards are available now, and they never expire, so 'tis the season squeeze in to grab some of these sweet stocking stuffers. Maple Donuts gift cards are also a great thank you for babysitters, back-to-school teacher gifts for anniversaries, birthdays, and for the gang in the office.
Maple Donut gift cards for everybody. Here's one for you, and here one for you.
Thanks, Santa.
Are you sure he's an elf?
Well, he's got a union card.
Guess they let anybody in these days.
Merry Christmas in July, Santa.
Thank you, fellas, and thank you, Maple Donuts.
Maple Donuts taste right.
Joel's Painting and Contracting is a proud sponsor of the York Revolution. They are also a partner in the maintenance of Santander Stadium. Joel's Painting and Contracting is the highest rated painting company in York and Lancaster County. Now is the time to call for great deals on all of your interior and exterior projects. A community partner with thousands of happy clients. Hit a home run of Joel's Painting and schedule an appointment today or give them a call at 717-471-4273. That's 717-471-4273 for Joel's Painting and Contracting.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Another Daniel selection as we go to the bottom of the second, 1-0.
I can dig it.
Brandon Boggs leads off as Stauffer's first pitch missed away, a curveball. 1-0 Skeeters by way of a first inning run. And Stauffer now going to the stretch. He had been out of the windup in the first inning. 1-0 to Boggs, and a swing and a bounce foul, first base side as he bats cleanup tonight. Comes in at .240, 4 home runs, 20 driven in. Revs definitely need some of the veteran guys to get hot. The 1-1, and a swing and a miss, like Stauffer changed up. Boggs pounds and Ferdinand in the middle 3 tonight, and Boggs asks for time and takes a step away. First time that he's hit cleanup this season. Began the year as the team's leadoff man. A 1-2, and he swings and fouls it off to the third base side. As that came back quickly, and hopefully everybody's all right. Another 1-2 and a ground ball right side at first base. Delwyn Young's got it. He will feed it to Stauffer covering. And one away. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification here on Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
One down. Here's Brian Pounds. Comes in at .280. First pitch is right there for a strike. A couple of home runs and 26 knocked in. Stauffer from Saratoga Springs, New York. There's the 0-1, and that misses inside. Out of high school, went to Saratoga Central Catholic. The Orioles drafted him in 2000, 36th round, but he didn't sign. He went to the University of Richmond. And then, a few years later, first rounder, 4th overall by the Padres in 03, so his patience paid off. The 1-1, and it tails inside and missed. 10 years of big league time. His first 9 seasons were with San Diego, who drafted him. 196 big league games, 73 starts, as he comes back with a strike on Pounds, and it's 2-2. Overall in the majors, 33 and 34 lifetime with a 3.94 ERA. A stretch, the 2-2, and a swing and a miss. On a cutter away that ended up out of the zone. It's his first strikeout of the night. He's retired the first 5 that he's faced. In the big leagues this year and last season in the majors with San Diego, 6-2 with an ERA of 3.50 in 44 games. His major league ERA was lower than that of his in the minors. Here's Nick Ferdinand, who takes a slider for a strike. In the minors, 4.10. In the majors, 3.94. The 0-1, and a swing and a ball tip foul off of Ferdinand's foot, and that one hurt as he'll walk away and try to shake that one off. On these special jerseys, we do have the names on the back, so if you bid on one, you will never, ever forget whose it was. Ferdinand at 298, a couple of hits last night. He's back in the 0-2, and he yanks a line drive foul. One hops into the stands in left as Skeeters' bullpen scatters. Another 0-2, and it's high and tight. Ferdinand's up there battling against the wily vet. Stauffer, the highest overall draft pick to play for Sugarland. He deals. And a swing and a fly ball, actually a pop-up in the infield. It's short, it's Zueta moving onto the outfield grass, and he squeezes it. Another 1-2-3 inning for Stauffer to begin things. He's retired all 6 thus far. And we'll go to the third. It's 1-0 Sugarland.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Listen up, people. This is the Rich Eisen Show.
He's a professional. Rex Ryan, the head coach of the Buffalo Bills. Many people are mentioning that Rod Taylor may have a shot at gaining this starting job. Would you say that he does?
Absolutely, I would. I think, nothing's been decided. Obviously we haven't even been in pads yet, but, nobody's really taken that thing to say, hey, this is definitely the number one guy.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. York Sports on your mobile device or online at WOYK1350.com.
Dramatic pause.
And then blasted with dubstep. How do you like that?
Start the third. It's 1-0 Sugarland. And Williamson's first pitch is down and away on Kevin Russo leading off. Top of the order for the Skeeters. Here's the 1-0. And that's just a hair low. Russo grounded out to second base, his first time. The wind from Williamson, the 2-0. And that's over for a strike. The 2-1. And a bouncing ball out of the reach of Williamson and up the middle. Russo bounced it right back to him, and it was just over Williamson's left throwing side shoulder. And he tried to reach across with the glove and got tied up against his own momentum. If he's a right-hander, he's in perfect glove hand position to grab it. But Russo bounced it by him. It's a leadoff single to begin the third. Here is Denny Almonte, who tries to bunt and fouls it back against the net. That first inning run given up by Williamson already matching the total of earned runs that he's combined to give up over his last 4 home starts. He came in tonight, 1 earned run in 29 innings, his last 4 starts at home. It's an 0.31 ERA. Here's a swing and a miss. It's Almonte fans on 1, no balls and 2 strikes. Almonte singled and scored in that first inning. The 0-2. And he missed high out of the slide step. Williamson's last start, his 4th no decision. And a move to first base, Russo back standing. In the no decisions, and he's only got 3 wins, in the 4 no decisions, he's combined to give up 1 earned run in 22 2/3 innings, an 0.40 ERA in those. He delivers, and a swing and a pop-up. He points. Valdez comes in onto the infield grass, and the shortstop gloves it. Williamson gets Almonte to pop up, 1 away. Our WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report tonight. Revs are currently without 5, including Nash. The 4 inactives due to injury: Ian Durham and Brad Bergeson with elbows, Anthony LaRue with the leg injury, and Trevor Miller with an oblique strain. Here's Delwyn Young as Williamson tosses over to first. And Nash is active but not available tonight. He's got that left forearm wrapped up. And then it'll be day-to-day, depending on swelling and his ability to grip the bat and the glove. As Williamson misses low and away. It's your WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report. Young, a ground out to short, his first time tonight. A productive one, though, with Almonte running on that particular play. And now Williamson missing downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. 1-0, the Skeeters in front here in the third. Friday night, Williamson had a ton of quick outs early. Here tonight, he's at 43 pitches, and 44 is down and away. He falls behind Young 3-0. He is back on short rest tonight. 3-0, and that one's right down the middle, a strike. Well, a stretch. And a 3-1. Called strike as he hits the outside corner. A full count. Caused Young to roll his eyes. Williamson back to run it full. And a move to first. Russo scampers back standing. He's 3 for 3 in steals. And certainly on a full count with 1 out in the inning, he's a good bet to run. Williamson nods yes and ready. The payoff pitch and not running, and he jammed him. It's fisted to shallow left center and drops in. Delwyn Young with a bloop hit off the handle of the bat. And right between Valdez going out and Ferdinand coming in as Young plops it into no man's land. It's first and second with one out. Travis Scott up next. Williamson in his York career against Sugar Land, 3-3 with a 1.25 ERA and 8 starts, including last year's postseason. Trying to work out of a little trouble here. First pitch to Scott, a fastball. It's a called strike. Well, here they're trying to prevent Travis Scott from taking over the all-time Sugar Land RBI record. He tied it with that single in the first. 131, matching Dominic Ramos. Now time asked for as he steps out. He's hit just 133 against lefties this season, but came up with that first inning RBI hit. 2 on with 1 out here. Pitch and a breaking ball low. Skeeters with 5 hits to York's 0. All 5 have been singles. Williamson ready. And the 1-1 swing and a miss. Good slider. Me. It's the 1-2. And that misses down low. What about you, Ray?
Yeah, I wouldn't say no to it.
Yeah. If our listeners couldn't hear, the question was, do you want to win some money? We're going around the stands tonight.
It's a 50-50 raffle for our friends at Penmar Human Services.
Now Scott asks for time and backs out again. 2-2. It's a 1-0 Sugar Land lead here in the third inning. And Williamson ready. And the pitch. That's down and away. De La Cruz sliding over in front of it. Now a full count. A lot of deep pitch counts for Williamson here early on tonight. Overall at 52 pitches. Still 1 out here in the third inning. And he delivers. And a swing and a pop-up. Pounds chasing it back from third. Ferdinand hustling over from left. And it lands foul before either of them could get there. Tucked around the corner of the cutout in left field. Now Williamson already tonight has to be on a little bit of a limit, you'd think, being on short rest. Not necessarily a set number, but you wouldn't expect him to go as deep into the game. Another 3-2. And it's lined to right field. Hustling back is Patterson, and it's over his head. One hops the fence. It'll give Scott the franchise RBI record. Around to score is Russo. It's an RBI double, and it's 2-0 here in the third. Young goes to third and stops there. Travis Scott, the former Revs catcher, has driven in both for his team so far tonight. Ties the record, breaks the franchise record. His 132nd RBI with Sugar Land in 3 seasons. And he hit a line drive rope. And they carried over Patterson's outstretched glove going back. 2-0. Revs bring the infield in. Here's Wallace. He swings and drives one to deep right center. Back is Boggs. He looks, and it's gone. Up onto the lawn in right center. And it's deja vu all over again. Chris Wallace with another home run against the Revs. And another 3-run shot against the Revs. And the numbers are ridiculous. It's now a 5-0 game. Wallace's 10th of the year and 7th against York. 5th in this stadium. And now in 16 games against the Revs, he's driven in 21. Revs in a 5-0 hole here in the third inning. Here's Johan Lamonte as Williamson just missed away with a curveball. The 1-0. And a fastball taken for a strike. It almost hit that car in right center. It landed a few feet short of it. A 1-1. And a swing and a soft tapper off the end of the bat. Pounds in from third, gloves, and fires to first to get him. And that's out number 2. Well, I guess they're no longer all singles. Should have kept my mouth shut. Here's Patrick Palmero, who singled his first time up. First pitch is just off the plate away. A 1-0. And a changeup over for a strike. It's the third time in the last 5 starts that Williamson has had some trouble early and has been kind of roughed up. The 2 starts in between over the course of those 5 as Palmero smokes one foul down the third base line. The 2 in between have been spectacular, but over the last 5, well, even the last 6, going back to a good one on June 19th, he's alternated between being brilliant and having his struggles. Here's a swing and a flare the other way, foul into the York bullpen. I won't be sorry to see Chris Wallace get on the plane and leave. Williamson back to the dish, and a swing and a fly ball to deep left. Ferdinand looking at the big wall, and it hits off the top. He plays the carom, fires to second, and Palmero is dead meat. He tried to slide around Reynolds' tag, and it looked like he missed the base the first time. Mikey stood up and tagged him in the chest before he could get back. It's a single and a throw out for Ferdinand. But Sugarland, sorry, had to pause and tell our official score something again. Sugarland scores 4 times in the inning on 5 hits, nobody left. We go to the bottom half of the third. It's a 5-0 Skeeters lead.
Core Design Group, a local architectural and structural engineering firm, is celebrating 10 years of serving its partners in York County and beyond. Core specializes in commercial, healthcare, houses of worship, industrial, higher education, and residential. For more information, visit our new website at www.core-designgroup.com or call 717-741-2046.
Whether it's for sport, protection, or recreation, Spar Firearms is the best place to go for all of your firearm needs. With a large selection of new and used firearms, Spar carries an array of brands, as well as ammo and other accessories. Whether you're an avid collector, sharpshooting expert, hunter, or weekend enthusiast, Spar Firearms provides everything you need no matter your experience. For the best in convenience, selection, and customer service, visit Spar Firearms, 6108 Carlisle Pike in Mechanicsburg, and online at sparfirearms.com.
Revolution!
Revolution! Whoo! The Cowboy Monkeys are back at Santander Stadium, August 11th. Revolution Baseball is better than ever. 2015 brings incredible entertainment, amazing giveaways, and of course, fireworks. The world-famous Cowboy Monkey Rodeo is back August 11th, performing between innings and post-game. Get your tickets at YorkRevolution.com. Revolution!
First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Five 0 Sugarland the lead. Tim Stauffer starts Jacob Calderon with a curve for a strike. Next one is down and in. Now a hefty lead for Stauffer to work with. He's retired his first 6 of the night already. A 1-1, and it's beaten foul at the plate. Calderon slightly out in front. He's hitting at .263, 3 home runs and 12 knocked in. He's DHing tonight. The wind and the pitch. And a ground ball to second base off the end of the bat. Osuna to his left, and a throw to first is close but in time. Calderon hustling down the line. Stauffer last inning exclusively from the stretch, and now back to the windup here in the third inning. Well, he's made it look easy so far. Here's Andres Perez, who's hitting at .252, 3 homers, 30 knocked in. Stauffer with the pitch, and it's right there for a strike. Dre is 3 hits away from tying the Revs' all-time record of .383, set by James Shanks. The 0-1, and he swings and pulls one down to third. Charging up is Palmeiro, and fires to first to get him. Throw sailed on him a little, and Young had to step awkwardly to get down and make the grab, and he was a little slow to stand up. Skeeters' first baseman. One thing, though, that I noticed Stauffer doing tonight, and he got a weak swing there, he's been really effective at taking a little off and then speeding it back up and then a little off. I don't know if he's thrown anything at the same speed twice in a row. Here's Luis De La Cruz as he misses upstairs on the Revs catcher. Rounding out the order tonight. Hitting at .255. There's the 1-0. And he swings and pops it in the air at second base. Osuna moves back and gloves it. And Stauffer is perfect through 3. Skeeters with a big lead through 3 innings tonight. Ray will have the play-by-play as we head to the 4th. 3 innings in the books. It's 5-0 Sugarland.
Remember when the goal was to see how fast you could run home from school? Play 99 straight innings of wiffle ball? Or jump up onto anything? At WellSpan Health, we think making time to play is still a great goal. Being healthy is how you get there. And just in case your grown-up body can't keep up with your inner child, WellSpan Orthopedics walk-in injury care is there to help with a team specially trained in treating sprains, strains, and broken bones. If you have a WellSpan primary care physician, your visit is added to your electronic health record so your doctor may coordinate any follow-up care. You never need an appointment, and both our Apple Hill location in York and our new Hanover Orthopedics location are open evenings and weekends. You can get all the details about orthopedic walk-in injury care at wellspan.org/injury. At WellSpan Health, it's our goal to help you get healthy and stay healthy, no matter how old you are or how young you feel.
This week, Westwood One Sports will deliver all the exciting action of the British Open. Hi, I'm Jason Horowitz. Join us as we'll bring you up-to-the-minute reports of the 144th Open Championship at St. Andrews. With defending champion Rory McIlroy out with an injury, can Masters and U.S. Open winner Jordan Spieth take a run at a 3rd straight major? If it's the British Open, it's right here.
Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Back at Santander Stadium, now on the top of the fourth, a 5-0 Sugarland lead. Logan Williamson still in after a rough third inning. Rennie Osuna steps in for the second at-bat. Tonight's K-Man. First offering from Williamson, fouls it back off the net. That third inning started off with a Kevin Russo leadoff single, and then Delwyn Young singled right after. The 0-1 from Williamson, popped up by Osuna, heading towards shallow left, and Valdez will call Ferdinand off and put it away for out number one. So one away here in the top of the fourth, a 5-0 Sugarland lead. And Travis Scott of a little bit of Skeeters history earlier tonight, the former Rev, now with 132 RBIs with the Skeeters. Amadeo Zazueta takes the first pitch from Williamson for ball one. And then right after that RBI double from Scott, a 3-run homer from Chris Wallace. Next pitch from Williamson, swung on by Zazueta and over Williamson's head and down in shallow center for a base hit. Zazueta on at first now with one away, and Kevin Russo back up to the plate for his third at-bat of the evening. While Williamson's normally a lot crisper than he's been tonight and still out there showing some fight, which is what you want from your starting pitcher. Not hanging his head by any means. First pitch to Russo, right down the zone for strike one. Russo steps back in after takes a leg out of the box for a bit. The 0-1 from Williamson, swung on by Russo and down over the head of Valdez for a base hit, tracking towards shallow left. It's a single for Russo. Now back-to-back singles. Have Amadeo Zazueta at second and Kevin Russo at first with one away, and now Denny Almonte due up. Singled his first time up and then popped out to short his second at-bat and third. First throw from Williamson, just tad outside for ball one. Look in from Williamson, he readies. In the 1-0. Swung on and missed by Almonte, a little short swing, then a ton of velocity. Went down the dirt for a bit, De La Cruz covered. No runner advancement, still Zazueta at second and Russo at first. 1 ball, 1 strike for Almonte. The 1-1 from Williamson. Finds the zone again for strike two. Almonte didn't like it. Didn't agree with played up Derek Moshe's call there. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Almonte. 1-2 from Williamson. Swung on and missed by Almonte. Gets Almonte to chase, and now 2 away with Zazueta at second and Russo at first. And Delwyn Young due up, who was a frustrating player for the Revs to face last night. Slowly bringing up that average, now at .255 as he grounded out his first time, then singled his second. First offering from Williamson, a short little tapper from Young, but fielded by De La Cruz, and throw over to Dre at first is in time, and that will end the inning. Logan Williamson strands back-to-back singles, and still a 5-0 Sugarland lead. York look to get on the board as we head to the bottom of the fourth.
You line your feet up at the edge of the starting block, shake out your arms, and then you push off the block in one fluid motion, fully extending your body, cutting into the water with nothing on your mind but the mechanics. You're a swimmer, and whether it's practice time in the pool or crunch time in a meet, Flying Feet is with you every stroke of the way.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes is a swimmer's paradise. Get suits by Finis, Dolphin, Nike, Adidas, Speedo, Arena, and Tier. Pick up practice gear, team gear, and training equipment like fins, snorkels, and kickboards. The Flying Feet team has high-tech competitive suits, customizable caps, goggles, even goggle repair items. Shower down with swimmer shampoo and body wash, plus suit wash to limit the wear and tear of chlorine. Time to dive into the pool? Then it's time for Flying Feet Sports Shoes. Flying Feet. 1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83 next to Battery Warehouse.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, president of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879 or my mobile is 487-2096 or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
Follow York Sports on your Android. Search Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the fourth at Santander Stadium, a 5-0 Sugarland lead over the Revs. And York will look to get some runs on the board and some hits as they've been held hitless from Tim Stauffer. First offering from Stauffer to Reynolds, popped up towards left field, and Johan Lamonta will call off to Sueta, who came in and put away for out number one. Stauffer has just had some crazy stuff to try to hit at. He, of course, had spent some time in the majors this year, the relief appearances, and showing the stuff that made him a part of a major league squad this season. One away here in the bottom of the fourth. Wilson Valdez now up for his second at-bat of the night. First pitch from Stauffer to Valdez, and finds the zone for strike one. The 0-1 from Stauffer. Down near the dirt for ball one. Valdez shot back his right foot to avoid getting hit there. 1-1 the count. Next throw from Stauffer, swung on and missed by Valdez. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stauffer, the highest overall draft pick to play for Sugarland. 4th overall. In the first round of the 2003 draft. Drafted by the Padres at the University of Richmond. He's also the first player in Sugarland history to come straight to the majors. From straight to the majors to the Skeeters. The 1-2 pitch from Stauffer, swung on and missed by Valdez. He strikes out swinging. 2 away now for Eric Patterson, as he comes up for this second at-bat of the evening. He flew out to left field his first time up. Stauffer working on a no-hitter as of right now. First pitch to Patterson, outside, and I should say inside for ball one. 1-0 from Stauffer. Inside again, this time ball 2. Behind on Patterson, the 2-0. Make it 3-0, and is this next pitch down near the dirt. 3 balls, no strikes. Patterson, a green light here. A 3-0 from Stauffer. Ball 4, and he walks Patterson. The only blemish on Stauffer thus far. Patterson at first. 2 away, though. Brandon Boggs now up for his second at-bat. Trying to at least get a hit on Stauffer here in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch from Stauffer to Boggs is right in the zone for strike one. No one the count. Next pitch is outside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 2003 draft, in which Stauffer was selected 4th overall, was not his first draft. He was actually selected in the 36th round of the 2000 draft by the Orioles out of Saratoga Central Catholic High School. However, he did not sign. Next pitch from Stauffer, swung on by Boggs, and it drops in left field, and it cannot be fielded by LaMonta in left, and Patterson's going to score, and the Revs put one on the board. It's now 5-1 Sugarland, but the Revs starting to come alive here. Stauffer, a second slip up after he walked Patterson with 2 away, and Brandon Boggs, an infield hit to score Patterson. And the Revs looking to strike even more here. Brian Pound's now up for his second at bat. Boggs is at second. Stauffer takes a little bit of time here, checks back towards second. First pitch swung on by Pounds, tracking towards right field, and it drops in front of Rousseau and out of play. It's a ground rule double, and it's going to score Brandon Boggs. Another run scores for the Revs, and it's now 5-2 Sugarland, but the Revs starting to show some life. Taking it to the former major leaguer in Stauffer, and now Nick Ferdinand up with Brian Pounds at second of a ground rule double.
Well, good to see them come alive a bit here. They broke up the perfect game, then they broke up the no-hitter. Eric Patterson, great base running on the play that scored on Boggs' single to left. He filleted it over the infield, broke his bat on it. And Patterson was peeking over his shoulder all the way, just in case of a slip-up. Sure enough, there was one, as LaMonta fumbled it, and he didn't hesitate and outran the throw home. And that kind of seems to have energized or relaxed everybody as Pounds comes through with the big hit on the very next pitch. By the way, Ray, that broken bat brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. And I know you're not sure if you have an ash tree or not, but if you have one, maybe you should check. Who would you call?
I got to call the folks at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, of course.
EAB is a problem.
Absolutely. Those are June bugs. Not a fan of those.
No.
Insectoids aside. I almost quote a 90s show. Nick Ferdinand now up. First pitch from Stauffer, a little high for ball one. Oh, 1-0 the count for Ferdinand. Quick look back from Stauffer. Next pitch swung on by Ferdinand. It's going to go foul towards the third base side. Had some nice lift to it. 1-1 the count now. Pounds, being the good teammate he is, came all the way from second to give Ferdinand his bat back as Ferdinand took off after that foul. He didn't care if it was fair or not. He was going to go. Revs trailing the Skeeters 5-2 here in the bottom of the fourth. Skeeters have 10 hits thus far in the night. York 2 hits, but they've made them count. 1-1 pitch from Stauffer outside near the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Seemed like it was going to be another routine inning for Stauffer. If a fly out from Reynolds and a strikeout from Valdez, but a walk to Eric Patterson started would be so far a 2-hit, 2-run inning for the Revs. Next pitch is fouled backwards over the net and out of play by Ferdinand. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Revs looking to take another chunk out of this deficit, get back into this game. 2-2 from Stauffer, down near the dirt for ball 3. Full count now. No matter what, Pounds is going to have the green light here to run from second. Quick look back from Stauffer. The 3-2 swung on by Ferdinand and tracking towards center field. Almonte takes a look at it and stands under it and puts it away to end the inning. Well, 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 left, but the Revs put some on the board and only trail the Skeeters by 3 now as we now head to the top of the 5th, 5-2.
An invasive pest that's already killed millions of ash trees is bearing down on our communities. The emerald ash borer, or EAB, means certain death for every ash tree it infects. The good news is that you can protect your property's ash trees with help from Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our EAB prevention methods are effective, environmentally safe, and less costly than removing your dead tree, which is the only alternative to prevention. Learn more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Hey, sports fans, great news. Now you can listen to Sports Radio 1350 anywhere with the new WOYK mobile apps. Stranded in Siberia? No problem. Kidnapped by wolves? It's not as bad as you may think. Wherever you are, WOYK is with you on the brand new mobile apps. York's only local sports station just went mobile and global. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Do it for me. Do it for America.
Rich Eisen.
Looks like Mark Sanchez, this is his team now. And he dropped a 50-yard dime on Jeremy Macklin in his first pass attempt. And Jason Peters says he didn't know it was Sanchez back there. He didn't know that Foles went out. He turns around to celebrate with his quarterback and give him an attaboy. And it's Sanchez.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
Hi, this is Stephen Penny, and you're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the 5th at Santander Stadium, a 5-2 Sugarland lead over the Revs. York strikes back in the bottom of the 4th with a single from Brandon Boggs that allowed Eric Patterson to reach home plate. Johan Lamonta could not field the ball in left field, which allowed Patterson enough time to round the bases towards home plate. Travis Scott steps in for his 3rd at-bat of the evening. First offering from Williamson, who's still out for a 5th inning. He's a little high, ball 1. On the 1-0 from Williamson. High again for ball 2. After Patterson scored off the error and left, an RBI ground rule double from Brian Pounds would send Boggs home, make it 5-2. The Revs striking back here against the Skeeters, now only down 3 runs. Paul Fletcher now out to meet with Williamson, go over some mechanics. De La Cruz out there as well. Besides the rough 3rd inning for Williamson, it's a relatively smooth start other than that blemish of an inning. Singles from Russo and Young, and out in between there, a pop out from Almonte, but then an RBI double from Scott, which gave him the all-time RBI lead in Skeeters franchise history. Now the 2-0 as Williamson's back ready again, down near the dirt. Ball 3. Danger of walking Scott here. Now the 3-0 from Williamson, down near the dirt, and it's out outside as well, and he'll walk Travis Scott to begin the inning. Scott at first for Chris Wallace, no outs. Wallace, who struck out his first time up in the first, and his second at bat in the 3rd of a 3-run homer, which followed the RBI double from Scott that took the Skeeters' franchise lead in RBIs. Scott surpassing Dominic Ramos' 131 mark. Williamson's first offering to Wallace is right down the chute for strike one. Wallace is in a frustration for the Revs as he's able to hit here without a care in the world. Next offering from Williamson, tad inside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 from Williamson. Swung on by Wallace, and the tapper foul towards the third base line. Rests in the grass near the line. Taken away. Now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Williamson readies, and the 1-2. Swung on and missed by Wallace. His second strikeout, and now Logan Williamson up to 4 on the night. Now 1 away, and Scott still at first with Johan Lamanta due up. Limo 0 for 2 thus far tonight, a strikeout and a ground out. Batting .474 coming into tonight against his former team. First pitch from Williamson. Lamanta will take it for strike one. 0-1 the count. Next pitch from Williamson, swung on by Lamanta and tapped foul to the back, the third base side near the on-deck circle. Patrick Palmero will pick it up and toss it to a fan in the stands. 0-2 the count. Quick lean and throw over to first from Logan Williamson. He'll take that lean and then go with a very natural throwing motion over to first just to keep the runner in check. He readies. The 0-2. Swung on by Lamanta and tapped off the tip of the bat and goes back towards the net and foul. Saw Jacob Yingling warming up with Lamanta like he always does. And next offering from Williamson, swung on and missed. It's a foul tip squeeze, and Williamson is the 5th strikeout. Lamanta's 2nd. And Mace is going to come out here, and it's Palmero's coming up. He's probably going to make the switch. He will. He'll give Williamson an acknowledgement as he walks off, and besides the rough third inning he had a relatively nice outing against the Skeeters and nice strikeouts in his game tonight. Just a rough third is going to be, in my opinion, biggest blemish of this appearance, but other than that, I think he did a fine job of not hanging his head after that rough third and keeping the Revs in this game. A nice job from the offense last inning to give the Revs some offense, and it's only a 3-run deficit. He won't be able to get the win, obviously, but still a gutsy performance from Williamson, Darryl.
Yeah, all his teammates were there to give him 5 as he came into the dugout. He battled tonight, and it'd be really easy to kind of fold up after that third inning and throw in the towel, but he didn't do that and came back with a scoreless 4th, working out of trouble. And, even in the 5th inning, after that leadoff walk, that's usually a recipe for bad things, but he came back with strikeouts of 2 hitters in the middle of the order, and including Wallace, who had taken him deep a couple of innings before. So a nice job from Williamson to battle. It won't end up being the stat line that he's accustomed to tonight, but he didn't give up on the outing, that's for sure. He is some competitor, and sometimes to a fault, but Mace comes over and gives him a handshake. Working on short rest tonight. He threw 85 pitches.
55 for strikes.
And now Bo
Vaughn. His smiling motion headshot. His warm-up music, We Belong. First offering. Now Palmero up. Right down the chute for strike one. I have to say, though, I prefer Bo's warm-up music from last year and time after time. Can't go wrong with that. Sad to see it go. The 0-1 swung on and missed by Palmero. 0-2. Bo looking nice mechanically tonight. Saw him, Stephen Penny, Frank Gailey along with Fletch taking some pitchers fielding practice earlier today. They're always looking to improve their game. The 0-2. Tad outside for ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Was Stevens' V-neck even more open today?
Well, it's still the shirt that he ripped yesterday prior to Rami's rant. 1-2. Swung on by Palmero and off the tip of the bat, and he'll fall in front of the diving Nick Ferdinand for a base hit. Little blooper from Patrick Palmero. It'll get Scott to advance to third base, and Palmero will be at first of his single. Went up and snagged that one, and that's a tough play, and I think Bo had some nice location there, but I think Palmero made a nice adjustment, Darryl, to go and snag that, and that led to a blooper that made it tough for either Boggs or Ferdinand to go grab, but a nice dive from Ferdinand to make the effort.
Yeah, good pitch. Crummy result for Bo, but Palmero, that's all he could have done with that. Reach out. He hit it off the end of the bat, but got a good result.
K-Man, Rennie Osuna now at bat. First pitch from Bo, swung on and missed from Rennie Osuna. The breadsticks chant begin. Osuna. I got wrestling on the mind tonight. 0-2 Osuna earlier tonight. Fielder's choice and a pop out. Next pitch from Bo. Easy force out as Reynolds toss over to Valdez and end the inning. Scoreless inning for the Revs. And Bo comes in to help out Williamson. And still a 5-2 Sugarland lead. And the Revs will look to cut the deficit even more as we now head to the bottom of the fifth.
Is your home team stuck in the doldrums of summer? Does your family wake up calling every day a boring day? Well, step up to the plate and pull them out of that slump by calling in the big hitter. Maple Donuts. Here's the game plan. Wake up early before anyone else, sneak out of the house, and run down to the nearest Maple Donuts, where Charlie and his team are busy loading up the bases with 58 varieties of freshly made Maple Donut All-Stars. And what a lineup! Oh, so sweet glazed Maple Donuts. Sprinkles, always a fan favorite, both chocolate and vanilla, jelly-filled, cream-filled, chocolate peanut-covered, even peanut butter devil's food. Then round the corner and head for home with your big Baker's Dozen box of freshly picked winners. Your family will roll out of bed, stumble down the stairs, walk into a kitchen filled with that irresistible smell, and cheer you as they start their day the Maple Donuts way. So step up to the plate and bring them home, slugger. Maple Donuts, the perfect game plan for the perfect summer breakfast surprise.
Maple Donuts taste right.
Waking up with the Zabe. The Steve Zabin Show.
And I know people, I can already hear you screaming at your radio. You don't even have a real job, Zabin. You just sit in front of the microphone and flap your cake hole around. I understand that. I'm not upset to be back today. I need to get back. I need to get back on the horse and get back riding again. I'm just saying it's going to take me a segment or two to get up to speed. Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Back at the bank, it's 5-2 Sugarland over the Revs here in the bottom of the fifth. Tim Stauffer's night is over as Daniel Meadows, left-hander, comes in relief. Stat line for Stauffer, through 85 pitches, 52 for strikes. 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 which was earned, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts on his Skeeters debut. Sugarland thus far 5 runs on 11 hits. York 2 runs, 2 hits. Skeeters with an error. Sugarland still continuing their hitting as they do at Santander Stadium. That are what the year seems to be, but the Revs, with only 2 hits, have made those count. 2 up for the Revs this inning: Jacob Calderon, Andres Perez, and Luis de la Cruz. First pitch from Meadows to Calderon. Finds the zone for strike 1. Meadows 6'6", 220, lefty from Katy, Texas. 0-1 from Meadows, and Calderon gets his bat on it and got a little under it, and will track towards center field, and Almonte will be able to put it away for out number 1. 1 away now with Andres Perez up for his second at-bat. Ground out the third, his first time up. Dre with 380 hits in his Revs career is just 3 shy of tying James Shank's club record at 383. First pitch from Meadows is down in the dirt for ball 1. 1-0 to count. 1-0 from Meadows. Cat outside. A little low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Meadows readies in the 2-0. Low again for ball 3. Hitters count for Dre. 3-0 the count. It's Meadows. Readies again. It's 3-0s in the zone for strike 1. Just Meadows' second appearance against the Revs this season. His last appearance gave up 2 hits and an earned run. Next offering from Meadows, swung on by Andres Perez, and that is out of here. See ya, Chief. Goes towards the arch nemesis and left, and that is gone. A solo home run from Andres Perez, his 4th this year. And it cuts the deficit even more. Now just a 5-3 Skeeters lead here in the bottom of the 5th. Dre goes yard for the 4th time this season. And the Revs definitely in striking distance now, just down by 2. Luis de la Cruz now up for his second at-bat. First pitch from Meadows, swung on by de la Cruz and tracking towards right field. Russo will come over and put it away for out number 2. I'll be honest, that Andres Perez homer caught me by surprise. Didn't make a resounding shot off the bat, but that just kept going and going. Nice solo hit from Andres Perez. Mikey Reynolds now up for his third at-bat. 0 for 2 this far. Ground out and a fly out. First offering from Meadows, and Reynolds will take it for strike 1. And the good fortune of meeting Mikey's grandparents earlier. Grandma saw me and said, "You can't be the broadcaster, you're too young." It's the 0-1 from Meadows is good for strike 2. 0-2 the count. I said, well, now I'm not the full-time broadcaster, but I fill in from time to time, obviously. The 0-2 from Meadows. A little low for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Reynolds is a little frustrated earlier tonight by the strike zone, which is something you don't normally see from him. It seems to not letting him affect him, though. 1-2, swung on by Reynolds, and a bouncer towards short, and will be fielded by Zazueta. And the throw over to first cannot be put away by Young. And Reynolds will be at first now with 2 outs. And the Revs looking to take advantage of that mistake. It'll be an error on the Skeeters. Wilson Valdez now up for his third at-bat. Revs trying to work a little 2-out magic now. They scored in the bottom of the fourth. It was after an Eric Patterson walk that came after a flyout from Reynolds and a strikeout from Valdez. Boggs the single, but then an error from Lamonta in left. Allowed Patterson the time to score, then an RBI ground rule double from Pound that followed that, made it 5-2. And then if one out here in the bottom of the fifth, a solo home run from Andres Perez has now made it 5-3. 1-0 from Meadows. Now need to do it again. Quick 1-0 check from Meadows over to first, and neglected to mention that Andres Perez, that solo home run, now makes him the fifth player in Revs history to reach 40 career home runs of York. He already has the club record in doubles, and it's just been a continuance of what's been a nice year stat-wise from Andres Perez as he climbs the all-time Revs lead, now just 2 hits shy of James Schenk's club-leading 383 hits record. 1-1 now on Valdez, and Meadows will check over again at first. The Revs have been able to get to Meadows this season. As I mentioned, his last outing against York gave up an earned run and 2 hits. Next pitch, a 1-1 from Meadows, and Gray makes the stab over at second, and he's able to make it in time. Actually, I'll say Reynolds is. Can't mistake Mikey Reynolds. If his speed, hard to neglect, and he makes it. 2-1 the count now. I might need to correct myself as showing Moshe. He's saying 1-2 the count. So it's 1-2 on Valdez, according to Moshe. On the 1-2 from Meadows, swung on by Valdez, and a tapper foul just rolls outside the circle. Make it 2-2. And Moshe still says 1. A little attitude at that left hand of his. He's flicking the wrist like Kembe Mutombo. He's not blocking anything, though. 1-2, I should say. Valdez snags off the tip of the bat, but it's fielded by Palmeiro at third and thrown over in time to end the inning. But a solo home run from Andres Perez, which makes him the fifth in Revs history to reach 40 career home runs of York. Cuts the deficit a little more now, and it's now just a 5-3 Skeeters lead as we now head to the top of the sixth.
Broadway transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They toted my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man. I know they help me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA-approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Revolution! Woo! The Cowboy Monkeys are back at Santander Stadium, August 11th. Revolution Baseball is better than ever. 2015 brings incredible entertainment, amazing giveaways, and of course, fireworks. The world-famous Cowboy Monkey Rodeo is back August 11th, performing between innings and post-game. Get your tickets at YorkRevolution.com. Revolution!
On air, online, and on your smartphone. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Headed the 6th, it's a 5-3 game. Bo Vaughn stays in, facing Amadeo Zazueta, who chops a foul partway over to the third base dugout. No balls and a strike. Revs are being out hit 11-3, but within 2 runs. The 0-1. And a bouncer to third. Pounds lines it up. He gloves it. And a long throw across is dropped. It was low. And Perez didn't squeeze it. Looked like he was caught in between on whether to pick it out of the dirt or if he was going to be able to catch it above the dirt. It's almost like he never closed the glove, like he left it open thinking that he was going to have to pick it out of the dirt, but it was low, but it looked like it stayed above the dirt. Here's Russo at the top of the order, and Vaughn misses inside. Well, it'll be very important within the flow of this game to not allow that run to score for momentum purposes. 1-0, and a swing and a miss on a fastball away. In last night's game, twice, the Revs either had a chance to score or did score, and in the very next inning, allowed runs to Sugar Land. There's a throw to first as Zazueta lays back on the bag. Russo tonight, 2 for 3, 2 singles and a run, and he swings here, chops one to third, and just foul. With Pounds hustling to the line, he reached across and gloved it, evidently on the other side of the chalk.
Fans thought it was an out. They were cheering.
Ball and 2 strikes. By the way, our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest, we were in the process of enhancing our random selection, and we have a name drawn. We didn't announce it before the home run, but Jessica Ann Warner was our contestant tonight and wins. Pitch to Russo, a swing and a miss, and Bo gets him. A curveball strikes him out swinging, and one away here in the 6th. So Jessica Ann Warner, our winner tonight. Congratulations. You can stop by the Apple Chevrolet ticket office during normal business hours at your convenience. That prize pack will be yours for the taking. Here's Denny Almonte, who's 1 for 3, singled and scored in the first. Pitch from Bo is just inside. Revs have Edward Paredes up in the bullpen. Stretch and the 1-0, and a swing and a miss. As that one tumbles down low, good changeup from Bo. The Revs guilty of their first error of the night. Sugar Land has committed 2. Move to first, and on the dive back is Zazueta. That was fairly close. Bo, a lot of attention paid to him, trying to keep him close. Zazueta 4 for 5 in stolen base attempts. Now the 1-1 and a backdoor slider, a called strike, and Almonte didn't like it. His strikeout in the 4th, the 95th of his season, which is a new Skeeters record for a season. 1-2, and a slider missing down and away. Chase Lambin struck out 94 times for Sugar Land a couple of seasons ago. The 2-2 runner goes. It's down low. De La Cruz the throw, and he yanked it, and Valdez had to dive back. At shortstop, it was thrown behind him. Made a nice play to keep it in the infield, but it's a stolen base for Zazueta, despite all of that time that they spent paying attention to him. And it was a ball, so it's now a full count on the hitter. Vaughn will step off. Trying to keep this a 2-run game and preserve the come-from-behind progress that the Revs have made. De La Cruz heading out to meet Bo halfway and discuss signs. Now ready to go. The payoff pitch and a swing and a miss. De La Cruz can't find it. And Almonte's going to be safe. Zazueta moves up as well. A strikeout, wild pitch. And it's first and third with 1 out still. De La Cruz got a piece of it. It snuck behind him and to his left. And his first move, he turned to his right, and it wasn't there. Panic set in. Bo came sprinting in, hollering and pointing, but they were not going to have a chance on Almonte at that point. So 2 mistakes in the inning defensively, and it's first and third for Delwyn Young. Bat from the left side. First pitch is yanked foul off the sidewall down at the end of the York dugout. Young 1 for 3 with a bloop hit and a run scored. Bo with the 0-1. Almonte goes, pitches low. De La Cruz throws it. Valdez cuts it off. He will run right at Zazueta. Throws to third. He's tagged out. Zazueta started to go and got hung up, and Valdez cut in front of the bag at second, cut off the throw, and had him hung out to dry. Beautifully executed by the Revs, who get 1 back defensively and erase that error. Almonte does make it to second base. Be a steal for him. And the out goes 2-6-5. Now the 1-1 to Young. And a backdoor slider just missed. Valdez made that throw on the run. He was running at him, snapped the throw off to Pounds, who put the tag right on him. Now trying to get Young to escape trouble. Revs within 2 after scoring 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. And Bo set. The 2-1 swung on line, foul down the right field line. He was a little bit early, and it's 2-2. Runner at second with 2 outs. On the stretch. 2-2, Almonte breaks for third, and a little nubber back to Bo. He gloves it, races to first on a sprint, and underhands to Dre to end the inning. And Bo works out of trouble. He had first and third with 1 out after a couple of defensive mistakes. No hits in the inning, 1 error, 1 runner left. We go to the bottom half of the 6th. Still a 2-run game. It's 5-3 Sugarland.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Savory's Funnel Cakes have brought their delicious funnel cakes from the York Fair to Santander Stadium. Be sure to visit their stand on the third base concourse near the Hop Corner, as they offer both regular and pumpkin funnel cakes. Also, be sure to check out Savory's Funnel Cake Eating Challenge played between innings during York Revolution home games. They also offer event catering. Give Savory's a call at 717-271-3485. That's 717-271-3485. Savory's Funnel Cakes, York's delicious delicacy for all to enjoy.
The radio home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the sixth inning, still a two-run game, 5-3 our score. Right-hander James Parr, the new pitcher for Sugarland. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And the Revs will greet him with Patterson, Boggs, and Pounds. 3, 4, and 5 in the order. Stauffer went 4 innings, ran into 2-out trouble in the fourth. Meadows 1 inning, and now it's Parr. Right-hander winds and delivers and gets a low strike call on Patterson to begin things. Patterson 0 for 1 with a walk and a run. And a 1-strike pitch. He swings and grounds a foul, first base side. Patterson, who has scored tonight. Last season, he was among league leaders in walks, runs, on base. The Revs have struggled with runners on base, and they've struggled to get runners on base. The pitch, and it's in the dirt as Wallace keeps it in front. I wonder if they've had such fewer opportunities this season. I wonder if because of that they press when they do have an opportunity and feel like this has to be the time we get it done. There's the wind and the 1-2 and a swing and a liner to center field and hooking, but Almonte reads it and makes the catch. That thing may have knuckled. Looked like it changed direction a couple of times, but Almonte calmly had it read and just reached down along his left hip and snagged it for the first out. There's Brandon Boggs, who's 1 for 2, singled and scored in the fourth inning. Parr is 1-2 with a 4.56 ERA out of their bullpen. And misses high with a breaking ball. A nice night here. The lights beginning to take effect. Parr with 23 appearances this season. And the 1-0. It's down low. 5 runs and 11 hits. 2 errors for Sugarland. 3 runs, just 3 hits. 1 error for York. 2-0. And a called strike down in the zone. Now the overhead wind, the 2-1. And he lines it foul the other way and left. Right at the top of the stands. 2-2. Some cloud cover rolling over from the west, Ray. We don't have any issues tonight, do we?
Well, there's a slight chance of rain possibly later this evening around, say, about 9:30, possibly. I mean, as early as that. It's supposed to be a system to pass through later this evening in the late night hours, but shouldn't interfere too much at this game.
Boy, when the voice of weather on WOYK is sitting right next to you, as Parr misses down in the dirt.
I try to do a good job. I thought April, May was better, personally.
Well, whatever the case, I'm going to use my resources. You're right there, so.
It's a good point. You're not one to do the most work, try to find information.
I am not. It's a fastball inside, and Boggs draws a walk. So he'll be a one-out base runner. Brian Pounds coming up. Well, Revs fans, you can still sign up for the fan club bus trip to see the Revs play in Camden on August 1st. And the fan club table will be taking reservations along the concourse by the main gates here the next couple of days through this homestand. And for fan club members, a $49 trip. For non-members, you can sign up as well. $64. Sign up today. See the Revs play on the road. Here is Pounds, who looks at a called strike. Always great to see the fan club make the road trips. And just a few seats left for the August 1st outing. Parr the stretch, and a move to first as Boggs dives back. So do you have like a little weather station in there at your workspace? Do you have all the maps and the scientific data up when you do your weather reports?
Almost at the no, not really.
Oh, okay.
Just have the normal stuff that everyone else has access to. I just make it sound good.
Oh, all right. It's a foul back to the net. No balls and 2 strikes.
Get all my information from the National Weather Service.
So they better be right.
They better be. I mean, reputations are riding on it.
Parr, a long look. Pounds 1 for 2, an RBI double last at bat. 2-strike pitch, and he swings and skies it to right. Russo moving toward the line, and he's got it. Catch is made nearing the corner in right field, 2 away. And Nick Ferdinand up next. Ferdinand, the last hitter that Stauffer faced, and he put a couple of good swings on him. He elevated one down the line and left that was foul, but it almost looked like it faded back a little bit. And then he drove one to deep center that was caught. It's 0 for 2 on the night. Revs down 5-3 in the 6th. Pitch to Ferdinand is fouled off. This one's straight back and out of play. Parr with his sign. And the 0-1 fastball. It's a called strike. Along the outside corner of the plate. Parr, a former 4th-round pick of the Braves, has some big league time with Atlanta. There's the stretch. And the 0-2 just missed away. Good eye from Ferdinand. Derek Moshe did not extend the plate there. It's 1-2. That's what Parr was trying to get him to do. Ferdinand, that slightly open stance, crouches down. The 1-2, and it's a little further outside. Parr also with 5 appearances with Bridgeport last season. Well, he's set again. And a move to first. Diving back is Boggs. Drew a walk earlier in the inning. Revs were down 5-0 after 3. 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth on the Perez homer. And within 5-3. 3-2, Boggs goes, and a swing and a foul tip. Back against the padding. Now Boggs will get some cardio in. Now ready once more. Another 3-2 and a swing and a ground ball at third and under the glove of Palmero and into left. And Boggs will have to stop at second base. Was it only 2-2? The manual board said 3-2, but the sideboard said 2-2, and Boggs did not run. So maybe he was right. Maybe it was only 2-2. He makes it to second, stops there. Ferdinand is on at first. And it's first and second for Jacob Calderon. And they give Ferdinand a hit on it. Palmero had to reach to his left, and maybe a bit of a misread. I'm not sure that he even touched it. But Jacob Calderon to the plate with 2 on and 2 out. He is grounded out and lined out tonight. This is the 4th hit for the Revs. Empire stretches. First offering is in the dirt. Wallace blocks it. Trailing 5-3. Pretty good swing on it from Calderon last time up, but lined out. Here's the stretch. And the 1-0. Swung on, ripped up the middle of a base hit. They'll send Boggs around third. He will score without a play. He slides across, and Jacob Calderon makes this a 1-run game. RBI single up the middle. Straight up the middle, right past the bag. Drives in his 13th with York. Another 2-out run for the Revs, and they're back within 1. Once down 5-0, it's now 5-4. And a solid stroke, hitting it right back up the middle. Hard ground ball. And it's first and second for Andres Perez. 1 for 2 with the home run to left. And Parr with the pitch. Breaking ball, it's a called strike. Dre with 381 hits now, 2 away from tying Shank's record. As Ray mentioned, the home run is 40th with York, the 5th to reach that mark. There's the 0-1, and a slider breaks down low. Also with the home run, he moved ahead of James Shanks into second in Revs history in total bases with 598. Shanks had 596. Tying run is Ferdinand at second. Calderon on behind him. The pitch and a swing and a foul ball back as it bangs upstairs and lands down below. And it's 1-2. Perez is now just 7 total bases away from the Revs' all-time record in that department. Scott Grimes had 605. Now Dre asks for time. 5-4 here in the bottom of the 6th. Revs have scored for a third straight inning. Stretch, and the 1-2. Called third strike. Parr went in. Perez spikes his bat down against the end as he stomps away from home plate. He was shifting back. I don't know if he's upset with himself or if he thought it was in. But the Revs will settle for 1 run. They continue to chip away. 2 hits in the inning, 2 left on. And we head to the 7th. It's the Skeeters 5 and the Revs 4.
Core Design Group, a local architectural and structural engineering firm, is celebrating 10 years of serving its partners in York County and beyond. Core specializes in commercial, healthcare, houses of worship, industrial, higher education, and residential. For more information, visit our new website at www.core-designgroup.com or call 717-741-2046.
Looking for something cool to do this weekend? Looking for a different kind of family fun? Come to the coolest place in town, York Ice Arena. Get on the ice with your friends for Rock and Skate, the last Friday of each month. Every Wednesday is family night with free skate rentals for the whole family. And remember, the coolest place in town is also available for the coolest birthday party in town. For party package prices and public skating times, check out YorkSkate.com. Want to learn to skate? Want to suit up and learn how to play some hockey? Come to the coolest place in town, York Ice Arena. Learn to skate programs are now available for all ages, for every skating ability. Class levels range from beginner to freestyle, where you'll learn basic jumps, spins, and footwork. And skating rental is included. Or get on the ice for York Ice Arena hockey programs. Taught by Ice Arena coaches, boys and girls can learn proper techniques for the game. Rental equipment is available. Group skating lessons and beginner hockey programs are forming now. Plus, York City residents get a 50% discount. Register today. Go to YorkSkate.com.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Another Daniel tune as we go to the 7th inning. Dance a jig. Edward Paredes will take over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Revs within a run. Now last night, when they came back within a run in the 6th, they unfortunately allowed 2 in the 7th. So this is a big situation for Paredes to keep it where it is and allow them to continue this comeback bid. He'll face Travis Scott up first. He's had a big night. RBI single, RBI double, walk. Paredes from the stretch delivers, and a swing and a foul back into the net on the first offering. Travis Scott tonight has tied and broken Sugarland's career RBI record. Now at 132, Dominic Ramos had 131 in his time with the Skeeters. The 0-1, and a swing and a miss. Fastball at 91. Dusk here this evening as we get into the later innings.
Ramos and Scott even played together for a time on the Skeeters, and that was a formidable part of their lineup for a little while.
The 0-2, and a slider, strike 3 called. And Scott knew it. He started walking off to their dugout right away. First time he's been retired all night. 1 down in the 7th, and here is Chris Wallace, who clubbed his 10th home run of the season. 7th against York back in the 3rd, a 3-run shot. Struck out the other 2 times. 5 home runs for him in this stadium this season. Paredes kicks and delivers and misses in tight. Wallace, who was in the Astros system previously, made it to AAA with both the Astros and Indians. He's a Houston guy. And a pitch. Swings and lifts one to left. Ferdinand reading it. He'll turn and play it off the wall. And it caroms past him. He'll chase it. And Wallace pulls into second with a double. Second extra base hit of the night. And his 11th in the last 13 games. He's red hot. Fortunately, he didn't get all of this one. It hit the York newspaper apps. About halfway up the wall and left. Light an insurance run at second for the Skeeters. Johan Lamonta, the hitter. Tonight, strikeout, ground out, strikeout. He'll face Paredes now. First pitch tails away. Last night, Paredes faced him, the only hitter that Eddie faced last night, and got him to foul out to third base. A 1-0. Swings and fouls it off. Third base side and out of play. Lamonta with Sugarland hitting .400 with runners in scoring position. He hit .154 in that category with York. As De La Cruz heads out to talk with Paredes. And maybe switching up signs with Wallace out there at second base. Now Eddie ready. The 1-1 way up high and outside. On our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, Long Island a 1-0 lead in Lancaster in the bottom of the sixth. Earlier today they signed yet another pitcher. I don't know if he's active or he signed an inactive list deal to join their farm system, but pitch to Lamonta, swung on and missed. A slider, it's 2-2. Sugarland currently carrying 26. 25 active, of course. They deactivated last night's starter, Matt Wright. Sean Gallagher inactive as well, but they'll have to put him on before Thursday. Here's a swing and a fly ball to left as Ferdinand tiptoes in, lines it up, and makes the grab. And Lamonta flies to left as Paredes dealt him another slider, and that's out number 2. Sugarland has, I believe, 16 pitchers, if you include the inactives that they're carrying. Now they will intentionally walk Patrick Palmeiro and go after Rennie Osuna instead. Palmeiro's on-base percentage has hit a spike tonight. 3 for 3 and now a walk. Paredes takes a moment to tuck in the jersey. Now between the mound and second base. Elsewhere in the league right now, Camden and Somerset tied at 3 in the 5th inning. Southern Maryland was postponed in Bridgeport.
Give Camden a cookie for scoring 3 at TD Bank.
Yeah. It's not easy to do. First pitch to Osuna nearly hit him as he jumps out of the way. 0 for 3 tonight. Previously been with Southern Maryland, of course. Former Texas Rangers farmhand. Paredes ready, the 1-0. And a change-up. He gets the strike call at the top of the zone. This is our K-man tonight, by the way. Now Osuna tires of waiting and backs out. 5-4 the score here in the 7th inning. Paredes nods yes to the signal. The 1-1. That's down and in, and De La Cruz with the kind of a stab at it, but able to make the catch cleanly. Now 2-1. Skeeters with 2 on, 2 out. And the pitch. Swung on, and a little dribbler. Paredes hustles in, can't pick it up, and Osuna's going to be safe. And Paredes upset with himself. That'll be an infield hit. And the bases are loaded for Amadeo Zazueta. De La Cruz went out. Paredes came in. It was a swinging bunt, basically right in between the two. And Paredes knew he had to hurry, but unable to pick it up the first time. He then did the wise thing and did not throw it. And with Zazueta coming up, Mace is heading out, and he'll bring in Big Pen to go righty-righty. And Paredes perturbed that he did not finish the top of the 7th. But Penny will come in and try to strand them out there and keep this a 1-run game. Paredes can be a lot like Williamson. He can be very intense, and I was concerned after that missed play that he might be seeing red when trying to face the next hitter. I don't know if that played into Mace's decision at all or if he was going to go to Penny here anyway, but Big Pen will come in and make his Revs record 195th appearance. Trying to keep this a 1-run game here in the 7th. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Well, fans can't get enough baseball? Take it to the kitchen with you. Get your copy of the brand new Revs Kitchen Cookbook. On sale now at the Apple Chevrolet Ticket Office. Dinner, dessert, and drink recipes from the Revs, past and present. Proceeds benefit the York Revolution Community Fund. Stephen Penny was in last night, a 1-2-3 8th inning. He faced Zazueta in that 8th inning, got him to ground out. So for the second straight night, those two will square off. Bagpipes. Reminds me of the British Open beginning on Thursday, Ray. We'll have updates here on WOYK throughout the day.
See if Jordan Spieth can make it three straight tournaments. I like his chances with McIlroy injured. Spieth from the local area, if I'm not mistaken. Not heavily into golf as in other sports, but I take a notice once in a while.
The old course at St. Andrews.
Now that is a pretty course, I will say.
Well, Spieth is from Dallas, so he, I don't know.
I'm way off.
How close you were thinking, but
I don't know.
Same country.
Yeah.
Zazueta pops the
somewhere.
First pitch up. De La Cruz makes the play over by the third base on deck circle, and it takes Stephen Penny all of one pitch to work out of the bases loaded jam. How's that for efficiency? One pitch, he jams Zazueta. No runs on 2 hits. Bases left loaded. 7th inning stretch. Here tonight in York, the Revs trail the Skeeters 5-4.
WellSpan has helped many professional, student, and recreational athletes stay at the top of their game. And they can do the same for you. With a full spectrum of care, including sports nutrition, concussion management, orthopedic surgery, and physical therapy, our winning team can help you prevent an injury or treat one. For immediate care, call 1-877-482-5420 or visit wellspan.org/sportsmedicine.
Basketball camps are still ongoing at York College of Pennsylvania in the Grumbacher Sport and Fitness Center. The second Spartan Boys Basketball Camp will be held July 27th to July 30th. The camp for boys aged 7 to 9 will be running from 9 to 12, and the camp for boys aged 10 to 15 will be running from 9 to 4. There will also be a shooting camp hosted for both boys and girls. The Spartan Shooting Camp for boys and girls will be running August 3rd to August 6th. The camp is for boys and girls aged 10 to 18, and that will be running from 9 to 12. For registration information, visit ycpspartans.com or contact York College head men's basketball coach Matt Hunter via phone at 717-849-1614 or via email at mhunter2@ycp.edu.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the 7th, a 5-4 Sugarland lead as the Revs are trying to come all the way back. They were trailing 5-0. Have an interesting sky off toward the third base side. A pretty sunset. By the way, Ray, you were closer than we even thought on that Jordan Spieth being from around here.
I was close in the consonant aspect by that. Mistook Jordan Spieth for Jim Furyk. So I was in the ballpark, relatively speaking.
Well, actually, his parents are natives of Pennsylvania, so you might have been onto something. You just keep getting closer. You keep inching up the map. Here's Luis De La Cruz, who swings first pitch, lines it right at the center fielder, Denny Almonte. And Adrian Martin, who just came in out of the bullpen, gets one out on one pitch. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And De La Cruz put a good swing on it, but another one right at him. Here's Mikey Reynolds at the top of the order. First pitch, a slider, it's a called strike. Mikey forced to take one after the one pitch out. And he swings here and grounds one to second base. Osuna with it, throws to first for out number 2. Mikey's been held hitless tonight. He entered play this evening on a 6-game hitting streak. And officially, he has not reached base in the statistical context. He's been on an error, but his 22-game on-base streak in jeopardy. Here's Wilson Valdez, who's 0 for 3. And Martin with the pitch. Fastball, it's a called strike. They got the one pitch out to begin the inning. And he can pretty much just pour strike one over on each of the next 2 hitters who have to make him work somewhat. Valdez swings here and fouls it way off to the right and out of play. 0-2.
That was interesting. I was playing an old MLB game from 2010. Looked at the Phillies roster, and guess who I saw on it? Old Wilson Valdez.
Swings here, lines this one to right, but right at Russo, who comes in a step and squeezes it. Did you use him to pitch?
No, I did not.
No?
He was shortstop for me.
Well, it's a 1-2-3 7th inning, despite two pretty hard-hit line drives to the outfield. And so it goes. As we head to the 8th inning, Skeeters still lead 5-4.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Revolution! Whoo! The Cowboy Monkeys are back at Santander Stadium, August 11th. Revolution Baseball is better than ever. 2015 brings incredible entertainment, amazing giveaways, and of course, fireworks. The world-famous Cowboy Monkey Rodeo is back August 11th, performing between innings and post-game. Get your tickets at YorkRevolution.com. Revolution!
The Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the 8th, 5-4. Sugarland leads it. Stephen Penny stays in. He got one out on one pitch, the final out in the 7th. Facing Russo at the top of the order, he swings first offering and pops it up. Perez a look, but it's about 5-6 rows back in the stands. Over on the first base side. 0-1 on Russo. Top of the order here in the 8th inning for Sugarland as they cling to a one-run lead. Russo is 2 for 4 tonight with a run scored. He came in hitting .348 against the Revs this season. The 0-1 and a splitter missed down and away. That skips past De La Cruz. Russo, a former Yankees draft pick out of Baylor, swings here and lines it, and a base hit into right center. Mikey went toward the middle and was about to go airborne if he had a chance, but a little bit too high as it sailed on by. So a hard line base hit for Russo, the leadoff man on in a one-run game. See if they ask Denny Almonte to bunt. Pounds is in on the edge of the grass at third base. Creeping in, and Almonte does not show it, and Penny misses high. He's got one sack bunt for the year. Comparing the two teams, Sugarland has 20, the Revs have 27, so they don't bunt quite as often. 1-0, now he does show it, and Penny goes up and in. Almonte spins back, but now 2-0 is the count. Stares in and ready. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. Good fastball away. Now Almonte 1 for 4 tonight. A single and a run scored back in the first. They let him swing away on 2-0. We'll see now. Pound's still respecting the bunt. On the edge at third, and Almonte squares and Penny misses high. And now it's 3-1. Well, again, it's a great hitter's count, so maybe Gaetti still lets him swing. See more 3-0 swings from the Skeeters than any other team. The stretch from Penny. Helicopter goes by. Pitch to Almonte is swung on and missed on a high fastball. A full count as Gaetti indeed turned him loose. Sends the signs along from his third base coaching spot. And Penny will come set at the belt. The payoff pitch swung on and fouled back. And Almonte will force him to throw another one. Base hit for the Skeeters tonight. They're 14th. Revs have been out hit 14-5. But within a run and trying to keep it that way. Penny ready again. And another payoff pitch. Russo runs. It's a called third strike. Throw to second, and Russo's in. It was just slightly high. Valdez caught it about letter high and had to reach down for the tag, although it looks like he might be saying a few things to Chief Beeve, who was on that call. Well, it's a strikeout, stolen base. Russo steals his fourth. De La Cruz will talk signs with Penny.
Valdez coming over, and he's still jawing a little bit at Beaver.
I don't even know what to say. Here's Delwyn Young, who's 1 for 4 tonight, a bloop hit and a run back in the third inning. And they're going to intentionally walk Young. And go after Travis Scott with a force set up. So now it's Penny against Scott in a big spot. Two buddies from their time in the Mariners system together and their time in York together in 2012. Travis Scott has the black two-tone bat tonight, but fluorescent green tape on the handle. Last night he was swinging that royal blue bat from the All-Star game. And Penny with the pitch. It's just outside for ball one.
Yes, actually.
The heck was that?
No, Jacob, don't look there.
A little wild in the stands tonight. Here's the 1-0. And a floater to right center. Patterson started back, now comes in and over and makes the play. Scott hit it off the end of the bat. Flies out in shallow right center. And that's out number 2 here in the 8th. And now Penny will face public enemy number 1 here at Santander Stadium, Chris Wallace. He's 2 for 4 tonight. A double and another 3-run homer, which he hit back in the third inning, his second in as many nights. Drove in 4 last night, 3 tonight on that home run. Penny, a long look in, trying to get together with De La Cruz. He's ready. First pitch, splitter is a called strike. Well, he froze Wallace, who takes it. set up in. The 0-1 fouled back against the net. Penny might be upset with himself because I think that was much more middle of the plate than he wanted. But if so, he got away with it, and it's 0-2. And now Mace, Mace and Chong are starting toward the mound, and maybe Penny felt something. Maybe that's what that reaction was. Oh, man.
Body language doesn't look completely encouraging. But they'll let him stay in. It had just been that it was too far over the plate.
I hope. Obviously, there's about 1,000 guys who are inactive due to injury, but there's also a lot of guys playing dinged up and fighting through things. I don't know if Penny's one of them or not, but he's ready. The 0-2. Oh, hit Wallace way up, and he rolls over holding his left arm, I believe, and he'll get up and jog to first. Penny did not mean to do that on 0-2. And Max Mahaffey, their trainer, will follow him down to first base. He did not mean to do that. That'll load the bases and brings Johan Lamonta to the plate. That was scarily up and in, but Wallace will stay in. I believe it was his left hand or forearm. They got in the way of his face, basically, which last night is what Talvin Nash was trying to do. Yeah, he did protect his face, but he'll be sidelined day to day due to the arm. Here's Lamonta. First pitch. Fastball just inside. Saw Brandon Boggs swing his arms up in center. He may have thought that pitch was there. Close. And the 1-0. Swinging a foul back against the net. Trying to keep this a one-run game. Lamonta tonight, a strikeout, ground out, strikeout, fly out. Penny the stretch. 1-1. That's inside. Made Lamonta shift back. Stretch, the 2-1. Swung on and fouls it off third base side. That fastball at 90. And Penny to a 2-2 count. Trying to leave the bases loaded here in a one-run game in the 8th. Sugarland with Andrew Johnston up in their bullpen. Penny staring in. And Lamonta will ask for time and take a step out. And Penny ready again. The 2-2. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, and it gets through. One run in, a second will score as the throw to third is late there. A 2-run single for Lamonta. And it's a 7-4 Sugarland lead here in the 8th. Penny tried to get in front of that ball and knock it down. It was hit back at his feet, but could not get his body in front of it in time, and It crawled up the middle. Here's Patrick Palmero. And a half swing. He goes on a splitter. Strike one. Lamonta now 10 for 24 against his former team. He continues to hit with runners in scoring position way better than he did in York. Fakes going, pitch on Palmero is in against the hands, a ball. Palmero has not been retired all night. 3 singles and an intentional walk. Now Penny steps off. A 1-1 swing and a tap foul behind the plate. Somebody broke wind right on the stadium microphone. Got my eye on who that might have been. Stretch, the 1-2. Strike 3 called. Fastball in the outside corner to end the inning. Palmero retired for the first time all night, but Sugar Land pads their lead. 2 runs on 2 hits. There was also an intentional walk and a hit by pitch. 2 runners left on. We'll go to the bottom half of the 8th. It's now 7-4 Sugar Land.
Remember when the goal was to see how fast you could run home from school, play 99 straight innings of wiffle ball, or jump up onto anything? At WellSpan Health, we think making time to play is still a great goal. Being healthy is how you get there. And just in case your grown-up body can't keep up with your inner child, WellSpan Orthopedics walk-in injury care is there to help with a team specially trained in treating sprains, strains, and broken bones. If you have a WellSpan primary care physician, your visit is added to your electronic health record so your doctor may coordinate any follow-up care. You never need an appointment. And both our Apple Hill location in York and our new Hanover Orthopedics location are open evenings and weekends. You can get all the details about orthopedic walk-in injury care at wellspan.org/injury. At WellSpan Health, it's our goal to help you get healthy and stay healthy, no matter how old you are or how young you feel.
Summer is about taking time for what really matters. Spending time with the family, enjoying nature's beauty, having a healthy lawn you can be proud of, plus the time to enjoy it. With Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, you get world-class environmentally responsible lawn care from a hometown team. The result is a vibrant, beautiful lawn that turns heads and boosts curb appeal. Visit us at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Your home for Revolution Baseball. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the 8th, it's a 7-4 Sugar Land lead. 2 big insurance runs in the top of the 8th. Revs will face right-hand reliever Andrew Johnston, the 6'5 righty. Beginning with Eric Patterson as they try to answer back, but those insurance runs after a comeback has gotten you close are very deflating. Patterson will dig in 0 for 2 with a walk and a run tonight. Johnston's first pitch is over for a strike. Adrian Martin had a 1-2-3 7th, which kept the Revs off the board for the first time since the 3rd inning. Pitch to Patterson is a called strike, outside corner. Johnston gets ahead with a couple of well-placed offerings. Here's the 0-2. And a swing and another foul over by Boggs, who makes a kick save on it. The 0-2. And a swing and a bouncing ball to second base. Couple big hops to Osuna, who throws to first and gets Patterson by a step. One away. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification here on Revolution Radio.
First in York. First in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350. WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
One down here in the bottom of the 8th. Brandon Boggs up next. Is 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, and 2 runs scored. He's had a nice night at the plate. First pitch from Johnston is over for a strike. Johnston looks like he hides the ball well. 2-0 with a 2.93 ERA in 30 games. Looks a little deceptive. 0-1. And a slider just inside. Although he has given up his share of hits, 34 in 28 innings. Opponents hitting 309. A 1-1 from the former River Shark. And Boggs loops it the other way. That'll drop in for a hit. Loop single as he fights it off to the opposite field and left. His second hit of the night. On base for the 3rd straight time. His first game in the cleanup spot all season. One on with one out. Brian Pounds coming up. Pounds 1 for 3 with an RBI double. First pitch, swings and chops one left side, and that's through the hole, a base hit. Pounds finds the opening on a seeing eye knock. He's 2 for 4, and Nick Ferdinand coming up as the tying run. Boy, you wish it was still a 1-run game in this spot. But the Revs scrapping back again. You have to like that. And here's Ferdinand, who's 1 for 3 tonight. Made his debut against the Skeeters, that huge moment. And Johnston balks, a balk called. He tried to step off the rubber and flinched. Maybe his spikes got caught, and Matt Beaver was watching it and right on it. Great call by Matt Beaver. And a balk makes it 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. So a base hit could make it a 1-run game. And Johnston delivers. Swing and a miss. A first pitch slider. Not what Ferdinand was seeking out, that's for sure. Now Johnston ready. 0-1. And it sinks just under the knee level. 1 ball, 1 strike. Revs got to within a run until allowing 2 in the top half. A 1-1. And that's down low. Couple of the young guys here in this situation. Ferdinand and then Calderon is on deck. Skeeters do have backup for Andrew Johnston. Somebody loosening in their bullpen. Here's the stretch. The 2-1 and a slider down low. Wallace keeps it in front. But now 3-1. Ferdinand can be selective. And first base is open. Can't tell who's down there. I wonder if it's a lefty with Calderon on deck. On the stretch from Johnston. The 3-1. Swing and a foul tip. Squeezed. And with first base open, he is not giving him the fastball to hit that he's hunting for. That was a slider on 3-1. And it looks like it is a lefty in Sugarland's bullpen. I don't think they're afraid to walk Ferdinand here. Here's the stretch. The 3-2. Swing and a pop-up. Delwyn Young at first into foul ground. And approaching the Revs dugout, and it lands on the roof and caroms up into the seats. Right at the end of the first base dugout. Ran out of room. Of course, Calderon on deck has struggled against lefties. We'll see if Ferdinand gets anything good. Another 3-2. Missed inside. They want to appeal to first. No swing. Ball 4. Bases loaded as Ferdinand lays off. That pitch down and in. And here comes Gary Gaetti, who makes the move to the bullpen. Bases loaded with one out here in the bottom of the 8th. Down 7-4. And they'll go to the pen again. Well, the Revs have not had a whole lot of success against Andrew Johnston this season, but they do force him out of the game after only recording one out. And I believe it's Loop again. Pitched in the game last night. A pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts.
It is indeed Loop.
If Mace wanted to, the right-handers that he has available would be Paniagua, who he's not going to use, Alfredo Patino, or James Simmons. But it's Calderon on deck, and he's going to let the kid hit. Alvin Nash not available tonight. He's technically on the bench, but unfortunate hit by pitch last night. Derek Loop with a scoreless 9th inning to end last night's game. He did face Calderon and got him to ground out to second base. Derek Loop has had a phenomenal season. 2-0 with a 1.74 ERA in 33 games, 5 saves. 31 innings, just 18 hits. Opponents hitting just 170. And he's got 38 strikeouts, a dominant stat line. Left-hand hitters are 3 for 45 against him. 0.67. And Calderon against lefties, just 2 for 21. Although one of those two was that home run that he hit against Roy Merritt in a 1-0 win against Sugar Land back on June the 29th. Now Calderon will face Loop with them loaded and 1 out. Calderon 1 for 3 tonight. An RBI single in the 6th. Faces a lefty for the second time in this game. He lined out to center against Meadows in the 5th. And we're ready. Loop with the pitch, and a swing and a miss. First pitch slider. Now Loop has his sign. The 0-1. Swinging a bouncing ball, right side, Young backhands and throws it away! 1 run in, a second run's gonna score! Ferdinand to third and Calderon on at second! And it's a 7-6 game here in the bottom of the 8th. The Revs catch a break and it's second and third with still only 1 out. A ground ball to first. Young had to back up and go to his right. They weren't going to be able to turn 2. And his throw to second sailed into left. RBI, fielder's choice, and an error. And it's a 1-run game again. And they will intentionally walk Andres Perez and face Luis de la Cruz. Bases loaded now after the intentional walk to Dre. Sugarland's first issued of the night. The Revs have issued 2. Now De La Cruz digs in. 0 for 3 tonight. Pop up, fly out, line out to center. Loaded against Loop. And the first pitch is a called strike on a high slider. And De La Cruz has words for Derek Moshe on strike 1. He showed a bunt. I don't know if they were actually thinking squeeze, but on a stretch, the 0-1, and a swing and a little tapper back to Loop, who throws home for 1, down to first. It's a double play. A 1-2-3 double play on a soft bouncer back to Loop, who grabbed it in front of the mound, had a short throw home, and Wallace makes the turn to first. Well, the teams trade 2 runs apiece in the 8th. And we have ourselves a 1-run game again, but the Revs leave them loaded. 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits, 1 error. And we go to the 9th. It's the Skeeters 7 and the Revs 6.
Tennis used to be a very polite game. Today, tennis raises a racket.
Flying feet.
The style, the play, and the players are intense, athletic, and hard-charging. Flying Feet Sports Shoes welcomes the evolution of tennis and its battling players with a full line of specialty tennis shoes worthy of the new game. These aren't stand-around, look-pretty shoes. These are co-conspirators for the court. Shoes that will endure opponent after opponent, match after match. Shoes that move when and how you move and stop at your command. Shoes that fit and feel good so your feet are ready and able to take that next set. Flying Feet's team includes Asics, New Balance, Wilson, and K-Swiss in widths that fit. And the Flying Feet staff is always on the sidelines ready to help with your selection. Tennis, it's a whole new game. Be prepared to play it well.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, just off exit 18 of I-83, right behind Domino's in York.
This week, Westwood One Sports will deliver all the exciting action of the British Open. Hi, I'm Jason Horowitz. Join us as we'll bring you up-to-the-minute reports of the 144th Open Championship at St. Andrews. With defending champion Rory McIlroy out with an injury, can Masters and U.S. Open winner Jordan Spieth take a run at a 3rd straight major? If it's the British Open, It's right here.
Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Top of the ninth, 7-6 our score. The Revs back within a run, taking advantage of a Skeeters mistake to get an extra run out of that inning. But as it turns out, the move by Gary Gaetti to walk Perez pays off. Derek Loop got strike one on De La Cruz, which he argued, thought it was high. But then got him to hit a soft tapper back to the mound for a 1-2-3 double play. Revs have stranded 6 on the night. Sugarland has stranded 12. We start the ninth as Josh Judy comes on. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Rennie Osuna to lead things off. And Judy's first pitch of the night, a fastball strike, knee high on our K-man. The 0-1, and a swing and a miss on a slider. Revs in the bottom of the ninth will have the top of the orders, so trying to keep it a one-run game. And the 0-2, swing and a miss, blew him away. Fastball at 94. Out away from Osuna, who whiffs. And breadsticks for all. One away here in the top of the ninth. Judy is in a game for a third straight day, with the Revs bullpen being short-staffed as he misses down in the dirt on Zazueta. Mike DeMarc is inactive back home to tend to a personal matter. And the rotation is without Sean Hill as Judy misses away and it glances off De La Cruz's glove and on back. So you're going with a four-man right now. And Frank Gailey, one of the four, not quite stretched out, obviously, to full season starting mode yet. So you're going to use a lot more relievers within the course of that. There's a swing and a miss, a fastball, foul tip squeezed. So with the bullpen needing a heavy workload lately, and DeMarc not being there, it's been 3 days in a row for Judy. Pitch, and that's outside and off the glove of De La Cruz. With Penny, a lot of these late inning guys, you would not ordinarily sit them down and then bring them back out, and a lot of times they are not as locked in that second inning, and I know he would never make that excuse, but maybe that had something to do with the 2 runs in the 8th. Here's a foul tip, back to the net, and it's a full count.
Well, Penny's already been a reliable arm in his years as a Rev, and it's just, he's only been asked to do so much, and he's already put a lot of the bullpen workload on his own shoulders. Definitely a selfless character.
It is a chain reaction, though, when the staff is missing some arms. Pitch here is fouled back and out of play. And it affects games more than the casual observer may realize. This is his way to tonight, 1 for 4. Judy ready, the payoff pitch, and he missed down in the dirt. So this is his way to battles his way on. Well, and obviously you would prefer to use Judy, your closer, with a lead in the 9th, but neither of these last 3 days have been in that situation. most of his appearances this year have not been in that situation. Here's Kevin Russo at the top of the order, 3 for 5. 2 runs, a stolen base as well. On the first pitch, swung on, grounded to second. Right there is Mikey, shovels it long to Valdez, and they can only get 1. Russo hit it softly, and Mikey had to make a long flip. And Russo runs well. He was already approaching first, so Valdez held on to it. 2 down. And here's Denny Almonte. Last night, Judy, a 3-run homer given up to Wallace in the 9th. They were all unearned, but he was steaming mad. He is an intense competitor, and it's obviously been a frustrating time for all as he misses in by Almonte's shins, and it goes all the way to the backstop. A wild pitch with Russo moving up. Almonte 1 for 5 tonight. Singleton scored in the first. On a stretch, and the 1-0. Swing and a miss on a slider. Judy looks in, nods yes. The stretch, couple of looks, the 1-1. And a slider, called strike. Got it over. Almonte didn't like it. A big insurance run at second that he's trying to strand. And keep it a 1-run score. Now Judy into the stretch. A look back, and the 1-2. Swing, and he just got a piece. Bounced it foul to the backstop. Threw him another slider there. Now set again. And he fires. Swung on, hit in the air to deep left. Down the line, and it's gone. An opposite field 2-run home run. Denny Almonte, who had just barely stayed alive on the previous pitch, goes the other way and clears the big wall in left. And Sugar Land cushions the lead again. It's 9-6 here in the 9th. His 6th of the year. He had struck out his previous 3 at-bats, the league leader in strikeouts. But connected, and it went. Skeeters with their 2nd home run tonight. After 2 last night, here's Delwyn Young. He swings and chops one to first. Perez stays with it on an in-between hop and takes it to the bag himself. And that'll end the inning, but Sugar Land with the 2-run homer, the only hit of the inning, nobody left. And we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It's the Skeeters 9 and the Revs 6.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, president of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879, or my mobile is 487-2096, or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
Broadway transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They toted my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man.
I know they helped me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA-approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Now the Revs will try to battle back one last time. It's now 9-6. Mikey Reynolds to lead off as Derek Loop stays in. And Mikey, maybe the last chance to extend the on-base streak. Looks at a slider for a first pitch strike. He is 0 for 4 tonight. Does have a stolen base after reaching on an error back in the 5th. The 0-1 and a swing and a miss. Between innings, Josh Judy frustrated again. Took about 7 or 8 shots at the Gatorade jug in the dugout. Fired it against the steps, and ice and liquid went everywhere. Pitch to Reynolds is up high, and it glances off Wallace's glove and on back. Loop with the kick and the 1-2. And a swing and a dribbler towards second. Osuna juggles and can't pick it up, and Mikey's safe. Well, scored an error on Osuna, which I do think is the right call, even though he had to go toward the middle a little bit. And even though we'd love to see that on-base streak officially continue, but either way, Revs have a leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the 9. And here's Wilson Valdez, who's 0 for 4. Skeeters have committed a second error behind Loop here in the last 2 innings. Let's see if York can take advantage. Pitch to Valdez, a breaking ball and a called strike. And he turns in disbelief and has a chat with Derek Moshe. Thing looked like it was down at about his ankles. And Wallace also caught it with his glove going downward, which made it look low as well, along with the fact that it was low. Oh, yeah? Here's a throw over to first. Reynolds is back standing. Let's eavesdrop.
I'd rather pay attention to the game.
There's the 0-1. And look out. Late swing and a liner foul off his seat. A few rows back. Down past the end of the Revs dugout. 0-2. Skeeters now guilty of 4 errors on the night. So the Revs finally have won a game in that category. They've only committed 1. Bless you. Here's a throw to first, and Mike. Oh, it's a balk. It's a balk. And Reynolds will go to second, and Loop is steamed. And jawing and pointing at first base, Nate Caldwell. That would have been nice if they'd have thrown him out of the game, but Gary Gaetti wants to come out now and hear from the first base ump exactly what happened. And he seems to be an understanding of what he's been told, but Derek Loop was none too happy. And the way he was going and pointing, there was maybe a chance that Skeeters could lose their closer in this one. Trying to get a 5-out save, but he settled down. Mikey at second on another balk. The 0-2 to Valdez, and a slider breaks low. And it was a lean move over to first base. Loop falling into his landing, and I assume that he was beyond the angle on the footstep, which is why they called it. Here's the 1-2, and a swing and a pop-up. Foul ground by first. Young hustling down and makes the play as he calls off Loop and Wallace, who were both in the area. Actually, is that Travis Scott behind the plate now?
It's been Travis Scott behind the plate all night.
Are you serious? Ugh. Not on the lineup sheet, it's not. Well, we've given Chris Wallace credit for a whole lot behind the plate. Here's Eric Patterson as he looks at a curveball for a strike. Revs need another runner to bring the tying run to the plate. Reynolds inches away from second, the 0-1, and it cuts away. Patterson 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Stretch from Loop. The 1-1, and that's over for a strike. A moment ago, it had looked like Mikey had been guilty of being picked off down 3, but no, it was indeed illegal from Loop, and that's why he was not going back. He was right. The balk moved him up. Here's the 1-2 to Patterson, and it's up and off the plate away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now the stretch from Loop. The 2-2, and a swing and a miss. Tied him up on a slider in, and the Revs are down to their final out tonight. The top of the order this evening, a combined 0 for 14. Mikey in danger of his hitting streak being halted at 6. Although he reached twice on errors, but Valdez 0 for 5 and Patterson now 0 for 4. Even though he did reach on a walk earlier in the night. Here's Brandon Boggs, who will try to keep the game alive. He's 2 for 3, 3 runs scored, and the first pitch is a curveball outside. 2 for 3, 2 singles, a walk, and 3 runs. Third time a Revs batter has scored 3 times in a game this year. Second time Boggs has done it as he swings and misses on a slider. And it's a ball and a strike. Eric Patterson was the other one to do it. Boggs last did it May 14th in Camden. Patterson did it in April. Boggs steps out for a moment, wipes his jersey against his face. These jerseys will be handed off to fans after the game. And they jersey auction. Get it sweated up for them. The 1-1. And a swing and a pop-up. Young at first into foul ground, and he makes the catch. Ball game's over. The Skeeters take the first two in this series, and the Revs suffer a fourth straight loss as Sugar Land wins it tonight despite 4 errors. They pound out 16 hits and win it by a final score of 9-6 here in York. Now the Revs disappointed again. They will shed the jerseys and hand them off to the fans here tonight who have supported the Revs through a difficult first half and now 4 straight losses after the second half opening win. But another tough one tonight. 9-6 is the final, and it'll be an 11-series winless streak. The best the Revs can do is earn a 4-game split. Skeeters line up in slap 5 heading off, as they have done way too often here in this ballpark over the years. And a 9-6 final tonight. Stay tuned. Post-game show follows next.